We're going to take a quick look and review Tesla. So looking here at the weekly chart of Tesla, we can see, just as I've covered before in the previous videos, 200 is a really big level for Tesla. It was held as support back in 2021 a couple of times, held as support in 2022. It finally broke in 2022 at the very end. And now potentially is either going to be resistance, which it looks like if we look over at the daily. We can see that the 200 level really is exactly where Tesla got rejected. Again, it could fall all the way back down to 175, maybe even 160. If it breaks that low at 175, it essentially could go all the way back down to 100, but we'll find out. Time will tell. Looking at the daily sentiment, this is the percent of bearish and bullish price action. Red is the bearish percentage, green is the bullish percentage. We can see that we have essentially hit in a valley at 40%. This indicator has trouble going below 40% or above 60%. So when we look at this coming off of a 40 level here on bullishness and now rising up to 47%, we could continue to see some bullish price action, but we do not see the steepness that we saw back at the beginning of 2023 in this bullish sentiment. So we kind of have a little concern that this may not be serious follow through. Looking at the weekly sentiment indicator, we can see that we're still above 40%. We're at 45% on the weekly. We have come down from a recent high of 47% on the weekly, but we are generally above our trending and we have a chance at getting to 50% bullish price action. So that could at least keep us here and hover for a little bit. Looking at the volume on the weekly for Tesla, the volume obviously has been incredibly strong recently. We're coming down off of a really big high at the end of 2022, but we continue to see volatility in the volume where we're getting some breaks like we got here at the very end of March with some really large days of volume, but in general, we're seeing a trending down, which is positive for bullish price action. We take a look at the volatility here. We can see that volatility is just about to start rising again after it's already hit the lowest level for now. This is a zero bounded indicator, so it can't go below zero for the volatility, but it just makes these essentially sine waves of how the volatility is moving. So what we expect is some version of a image that looks like this, where it's going to be a rounded hill. It could be a large hill like we got at the beginning of 2023. It could be a small hill like we just experienced in March of 2023. Time will tell. Currently, the correlation is at least somewhat positive. It is not necessarily going positive. It's just staying positive. So we'll see what the price does in the next few days. It looks like there's a big potential move that could be happening here in Tesla. Let's look at the sentiment trade range. We can see that Tesla's essentially bounced off the very top of its trade range on the daily. It can come all the way down, probably to the 165 level, just like we were talking about for that price. On the weekly sentiment trade range here, we see that Tesla's essentially in the middle of its range at $185. It could go as low as 94. It could go as high as 249. The range and the volatility on Tesla for the weekly is absolutely incredible. This will be an interesting one to watch for the week, especially when we look at this weekly volatility. We can see that it is falling while the correlation is rising, generally a bearish signal. I would be really looking at that 200 level. If Tesla stock gets back up to the 200 level here, anywhere near it, I'd probably want to take a short, at least with a stop. You could say is probably going to be at 215, 220. Maybe it runs all the way up to 235, but I would cut my losses before then. But right now, Tesla looks like it could be a juicy short. If you have any questions, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment below. Have a great day.